Ever wonder how you can walk around without constantly staring at your feet? Or how you can touch your nose with your eyes shut? It kind of feels like magic, right? Well, it's not magic. It's a hidden sense. And today, we're going to dive into what happens when that sense starts to fade and why understanding it is so crucial for our safety. Okay, so think of this explainer as us solving a puzzle together. And the answer to this puzzle, it has huge real-world importance for our health, especially for our parents, our grandparents, the people we love as they get older. And it really all comes down to one single question. All right, here it is. This is the mystery we're going to unravel. Now don't worry, this isn't a test. It's our starting point. And that big word in the middle, proprioception, well, that's our number one clue. So let's figure out what on earth it means. Right, so to get to the bottom of this, we have to crack that key term. I know, it sounds super complicated, but the wild part is you are using it right now, this very second, and you probably don't even realize it. So, proprioception, what is it? Simply put, it's your body's amazing ability to sense where it is and how it's moving. It's like having a built-in GPS that lets you walk up a flight of stairs without looking down or bring a coffee mug to your lips without spilling. It really is an invisible sixth sense. So, how does this whole internal GPS system work? Well, it's basically a team effort. You've got these tiny little receptors in your joints that are constantly sending signals to your brain, telling it where your body is. At the same time, your eyes are pitching in with info about your surroundings. And your brain? It's like mission control, processing all that data to keep you balanced. Want to feel it in action? Go ahead, close your eyes and try to touch your finger to your nose. The fact that you can do that? Bam! That's your proprioception at work. Okay, so we've got a handle on what proprioception is. But now let's connect the dots. Let's figure out why this sixth sense is so absolutely critical for our safety, especially as the years start to add up. And this is where it gets really important. Our source material tells us that as we get older, these super fast, precise signals between our body and our brain, well, they can start to get a little weaker, a little fuzzier. And the result of that is that people become less steady on their feet. And the outcome is direct and serious. The tendency to fall increases markedly. You see that link, right? A decline in this invisible sense leads to a very visible and potentially very dangerous physical result. Our puzzle is definitely starting to make a lot more sense now. But any good detective has to rule out the other suspects to be 100% sure. So let's just take a quick look. Why isn't stroke, blindness, or a heart attack the main risk we're focused on here? Well, the data from our source lays it out pretty clearly. When you look at things like heart attacks and strokes, they're mainly caused by issues in the arteries. Blindness is very often linked to specific conditions in the eye, like macular degeneration. Now, these are all incredibly serious things, for sure, but their root causes are different. They aren't directly tied to that internal body GPS system that we've been talking about. So let's recap. We've defined our key term, we've followed the evidence, and we've ruled out the other possibilities. I think it's safe to say we have all the pieces we need to finally put this mystery to bed. And here it is, the bottom line. When proprioception is impaired, it directly increases the risk of falls. It's that simple. As our body's internal GPS gets weaker, maintaining balance gets a whole lot harder. And that, in turn, leads to a much higher chance of falling. That is the definitive conclusion. And there's one last little bit of insight here. The source material points out that it's not just about proprioception. As this quote tells us, other changes in our senses can also add to the risk. It's a great reminder that staying stable is a huge team effort from all our senses, and if one of them gets weaker, it affects the whole system. So we've solved the puzzle, but it leaves us with a new, much more personal question, doesn't it? Knowing just how vital this sense is for our safety as we get older, what can we do about it? How can we stay tuned in to our body's invisible sixth sense? It's definitely something to think about.